If you're a fan of survival stories, then you need to hit the notification bell, like and share this video right now. Because what you're about to learn could change the way you think about staying alive in the harshest conditions. In World War II, the deadliest enemy was often not a soldier, but the cold itself. For troops in the Ardennes or on the Eastern Front, winter was a silent, merciless foe, claiming lives through frostbite and hypothermia. The cold crept in with the snow and wind, sapping strength and morale, rendering thousands ineffective without a shot fired. It seeped through uniforms, turning survival into a daily battle. Soldiers fought not just the enemy, but for every degree of warmth, just enough to hold a rifle or survive the night. The psychological toll was immense. Constant cold bred hopelessness and wore down even the bravest. Generals planned strategies, but for the men on the ground, victory often meant simply staying warm enough to function. The science of survival wasn't taught in manuals, it was learned in the frozen trenches. In this crucible, soldiers developed ingenious, often forgotten techniques to fight the cold. These hard-won lessons would become some of the war's most vital, if overlooked, survival skills. You'd think the world's armies would have equipped their men for winter's worst, but reality was far harsher. Standard-issue wool uniforms, heavy and dense, lost warmth when wet, an everyday problem in Europe's muddy, snowy winters. These uniforms failed to trap the air needed for real insulation, leaving soldiers shivering as heat escaped. Supply lines prioritized food and ammo, not better clothing, so men often faced winter in autumn gear. The greatcoat, meant as a solution, became a sodden, heavy burden when wet, sometimes making things worse. Soldiers quickly realized they couldn't rely on issued gear alone. Survival demanded resourcefulness, not just obedience. The uniform became a symbol of the army's blind spot. Underestimating the true enemy, winter itself. Soldiers learned the hard way that warmth would come from ingenuity, not from what they were given. The lesson was clear: adapt or freeze. Desperate for warmth, soldiers turned to nature for answers. They watched birds fluff feathers and mice build nests, masterclasses in trapping air for insulation. Animals survived not with thick hides, but with layers of fluff and air, creating a barrier against the cold. Soldiers realized their dense wool uniforms compressed air, losing heat instead of trapping it. The breakthrough mimicked nature's loft, create a light, airy layer inside clothing to hold warmth. This shift in thinking was survival science born from observation, not orders. The goal wasn't to block cold, but to keep body heat from escaping. Soldiers began to improvise, seeking ways to add fluff to their uniforms. Nature's blueprint became their guide, showing that cleverness, not brute force, was the key. The challenge: translate animal wisdom into practical field techniques. In the trenches, adaptation became the difference between life and death. With the principle of trapped air in mind, soldiers scoured the landscape for insulation. Dried grass, straw and leaves, simple, abundant and effective, became their go-to materials. Packed loosely inside jackets, these natural fillers created a human-sized bird's nest, trapping precious warmth. Unlike dense blankets, loose grass or straw held air, stayed lighter and dried faster if damp. Pine needles, when available, offered springy, resilient insulation with a touch of comfort. Even shredded paper or burlap could work in a pinch. The structure mattered more than the material. The genius was in adaptability. Anything airy and dry could save a life. The difference was immediate. Shivering nights gave way to real, restorative sleep. The Earth's humble debris became a shield against the cold, transforming the environment from enemy to ally. Grass and leaves, once overlooked, became lifelines. This simple hack redefined survival on the front line. The landscape itself became a resource, not just a battlefield. Foraging for insulation became as routine as cleaning a rifle. Soldiers ventured out, often at night, to gather dry grass, straw, or leaves from fields, barns, and forests. Dryness was crucial. Wet material was useless, so soldiers dried what they found near fires or with body heat. They processed the insulation by rubbing it between their hands, making it softer and fluffier to trap more air. Each landscape offered unique resources: grasses on plains, pine needles in forests, straw in abandoned farms. This daily ritual gave soldiers a sense of control and purpose amid chaos. Insulation needed regular replacement as it compressed or absorbed moisture, making the hunt for warmth a constant cycle. The act of gathering and preparing insulation became a lifeline, a small victory over winter's grip. It was a perpetual process: adapt, gather, replenish, survive. In the end, survival was a matter of routine ingenuity. With insulation ready, the next challenge was getting it into the jacket. No sewing kit required. Soldiers simply unbuttoned their coats and stuffed the fluffy material inside, focusing on the torso to protect vital organs. Buttoned up tight, the jacket held the insulation in place, warming the core and helping blood flow to the extremities. Some made small slits in the lining with a bayonet or stone, feeding grass or straw between layers for a more secure fit. Others used bootlaces or wire to tie off sections, creating makeshift baffles to keep insulation from settling. The jacket became a tool for survival, transformed by improvisation. No special tools, just hands, resourcefulness, and a clear goal. This simple hack turned inadequate uniforms into life-saving gear. On the front line, adaptation was everything. The WWII jacket hack still matters today. Modern gear is advanced, but the principle, trap air, stay warm, remains unchanged. In emergencies, knowledge trumps equipment. A stranded hiker can stuff a jacket with dry leaves and survive the night. This technique costs nothing, requires no special gear, and works anywhere with natural debris. Campers, hunters, and even casual walkers can benefit from this old-world wisdom. It's a reminder: nature provides solutions if you know where to look. Resourcefulness and adaptability are timeless survival skills. The landscape itself can be your lifeline when gear falls short. The jacket hack is more than a survival tip. It's a testament to human ingenuity under pressure. In war's harshest moments, soldiers adapted, learned, and survived by observing the world around them. This legacy of resourcefulness transcends history, reminding us that simple, clever solutions often matter most. In a world of complex technology, basic skills and environmental awareness remain vital. Seeing insulation in a pile of leaves is a mindset worth preserving. The story honours anonymous soldiers whose creativity saved lives. Sometimes the greatest heroism is found in small acts of survival. The jacket hack is a quiet legacy, practical wisdom whispered from the past.